Aquarius.
Let's have a look and see what comes up for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, next major relationship. Okay, let's start off with the Seven of Pentacles. This is Earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And the Seven of Pentacles coming up in this relationship, I feel like you're going to come a long way, okay? It shows a lot of contemplation and assessment on what's going to unfold. Essentially, you can see that he's so immersed, so concentrated, so focused on something here. So there could be a lot of attention and focus on each other, which is a positive sign. But I also feel like this relationship is going to come a long way, okay? And this is powerful because it can show a lot of stability and long-term commitment here, okay? The 7 is quite a high number, and it can most certainly indicate that you will go through quite a lot. These pentacles, each of which can represent major milestones in your love relationship. So for a lot of you, I feel like there's a lot of depth to this connection. That's what the 7 can represent. There's depth, there's the need to assess and think about things, or it's a relationship where you're always thinking, okay? You're always planning, you're always thinking, but you might not necessarily get there in the physical realm. You might have a lot of ideas, you might have a lot of should I, could I, would I, should I have done that, should we do this, should I do that? And it might not be necessarily from you, Aquarius. It could be from this person as well. Again, the notion of you both being in your head a lot and not just being present and enjoying what you have together. And I feel like they can take away from the relationship. So it's important you don't do too much of that. And if there is something, if you do have big ideas for dates or what you should say or what you should express, I think you should go with it. You should roll with the punches, because I feel like that's your best bet in this sort of connection here that's coming forward. But as I said, I do feel like there's a lot that's going to be, there's a lot to work with here. I don't even know if it's baggage or something, but there's a lot to take in. There's a lot to observe. There's a lot to encounter or address. But like I said, the 7 is a high number. It's often seen as a lucky number. So I do feel like luck is on your side as this connection progresses and develops. You also have the Ace of Wands, which I love. This does show divine intervention. We can see the hand of God emerging from the clouds above. And the Wands really is a powerful a powerful chapter beginning. I definitely feel like this is a major chapter with this person. But I do feel like it's it's something to do with opportunity. Okay, the wand is all about taking the wand in the hand, accepting it, and making the most of it. So I think that's something important for you to remember when you come into this relationship. It can be seen as a phallic symbol as well. So I do feel like it's a relationship built on lust and infatuation and passion, absolutely. But also opportunity. There's going to be a lot of opportunities with this person or with this relationship. And for a lot of you, you might not have had these opportunities before in a partner or in with a mate. And the fact that these are coming up could definitely indicate that you'll have a lot of opportunity to create something very special with this person. And potentially even to design your own sort of relationship, okay? One that might be outside the box a little bit, okay? Something out of your comfort zone here. But I do feel like it's an auspicious sign in the sense where it's the hand of God. So this really shows that destiny is at play here. Some of you might even be relocating or moving. There's movement around you in this relationship. So this relationship could be a long distance thing that could end up being serious and you move over to the other side of the world, or this person moves over to the other side of the world. The Wands is all about movement and the Ace is the chapter. Okay, so the chapter in itself is quite a substantial chapter, Aqua. So I'm leaning towards this relationship is quite significant or will be quite prominent. So that's it's quite refreshing to see. But there's a lot of things you'll be able to do with this person that you haven't been able to do before. And if it's not, if this isn't on your behalf, then it's on theirs. And there's a lot of things. It's almost like they're going to want to seize the opportunity to be with you, to do certain things with you. And what does that show? That shows that this person is excited, okay? It shows that this person is determined. It shows that this person is willing. And it also displays that level of commitment that they'll have towards you. So, I mean, that's always very promising to see. But again, the Wands is all about action. So behavior is going to speak volumes in this relationship. And it's something that you need to take into account, maybe this more than ever. Or if you have never looked at someone's actions in a relationship, this might be the learning phase, the learning curve, where you finally will acknowledge and see what this could mean. Now, you also have the Tower card in this relationship. Now, for some of you, it could indicate that there might be a breakup or a very turbulent amount of circumstances that end up in this relationship. It's hard to say if this will stand the test of time or not. Every relationship is different. Some will, some won't. But the Tower card is showing up, and it can be self-destructive behavior or something that's going to knock the relationship down. The good sign is that you're able to build a solid, strong foundation here, Aqua. So the foundations are here, and things that relate, the foundations that a healthy relationship is built on, at least, is things like trust, love, affection, appreciation, giving, getting back. So I feel like you have the solid foundations here to create something quite grand. So I don't feel like you'll struggle in those areas. But as the connection progresses, there might be exterior influences, or maybe it's you, maybe it's them, maybe it's self-destructive behavior in the relationship that might be challenging. And suddenly the two of you fall back, pull away, fall apart, go separate ways. Doesn't mean you won't reconcile. It absolutely can mean that you might reconcile with patience and time. That could definitely happen. So for a lot of you, there will be that situation where you will end up separating and then coming back together. But look, for others, the Tower card can definitely show there's a lot of shakeups, okay? There's a lot of trials and tribulations. And there could even be trauma bonding in this relationship. And trauma bonding can cover a lot of things. One of you might be experiencing hardship, financial, love, deaths in the family, etc. And this person will be there with you, okay? They'll be the person that you can confide in. They'll be the person that will be there for you to cry on their shoulder. And vice versa, you might be that anchor for them. You might be their rock through hard times. And this sort of trauma bonding is really going to create something significant. As often the case, it means we end up forming a more anxious attachment style because this person was present in our lives during such an emotional or tumultuous time. So for a lot of you, that could definitely be the case. And if it's not happening to you directly, then it's happening on their end, and then they see you as this person. The Tower card can also indicate a very strong electric chemistry, a very passionately ignited connection and relationship. So for a lot of you, that could definitely be the case here with the Tower card. But sometimes we need those shakeups because we need to see the contrast. And these flames can also be seen as red flags. And that's not to say you can't work through red flags. You absolutely can. You can think of ways, you can contemplate ways, innovate ways to work through red flags or difficulties or differences. So I feel like the more trials and tribulations you go through, the stronger this can really make you. And it is character building, and it'll definitely be relationship building in this regard. So I like what that represents, Aqua. I feel like you're ready for this. It's a bit of a challenge, but I feel like this relationship is quite substantial in what it can teach you, in the wisdom that it can teach you. I will leave your reading at that though, Aqua, so thank you again for tuning in. I really do appreciate it.